You don't need a telescope to witness stars in action, because they are right here, lighting up the stage with pure brain power. You're welcome to the grand convergence of genius and grit. This is Cowbellpedia 2025.
From a battlefield of 132 to a quarter-final showdown with 48, and now the semi-finals are set to carve out the final 16. The road has been tough, the competition fierce, and the brain power unmatched. Last episode, we locked in the first 8 semi-finalists, and today we complete the puzzle. 4 more from the junior category and 4 from the secondary category, securing their golden ticket to the finals. The big question: who's got the wits, the guts, and the sheer nerve to grab the last spot? Buckle up, because today some dreams will soar, and others, well, they'll have to try again next season. Let's get into it.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Hello, Nigeria. My name is Linda Ejiofor Suleiman, and you are welcome to Cowbellpedia 2025, the Mega Minds. This is the legendary Blue Room, where nerves get checked at the door, confidence gets a major boost, and geniuses take a deep breath before making history. Right now, our first 4 semi-finalists are ready to take on Cowbellpedia stage. Will they rise to the occasion? We're about to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've arrived at the final stop before the finals. You're very welcome to another thrilling episode of Cowbellpedia 2025, the Mega Minds. So my Cowbellpedia family, we've reached the climax of the semi-finals, and it's very hot. At the end of this episode, 2 more finalists will emerge, making a total of 4 finalists moving on to the final stage. The prize to be won is still a whopping 5 million naira and a once-in-a-lifetime educational trip to Kenya. Now, the runners-up also will be going home with 3 million naira, 2 million naira, and 500,000 naira. Yes, indeed, we're almost there. But now keep those hands clapping as we welcome our first set of semi-finalists from the junior category.
When I qualified for the semi-finals, I felt very happy.
I felt happy that I was able to achieve qualification from the quarterfinals. I knew that from the semi-finals up, it was a new game, a new talent, and I was ready to achieve my conquest.
What I'll do differently in my next round is the 60 seconds of fame.
I enjoyed all the rounds in competition equally.
Congratulations on getting to the semi-finals. Let's meet you guys.
Hello, everyone. My name is Onyema Alexis. I attend Caleb British International School.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anji Arthur from St. Gregory's College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Migbengbe Feoluwa from the Ambassadors College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aramu Samuel from Merck International School.
Okay, once again, you're welcome back. Before we get into the action, I have a bit of a surprise for you. It's time for the Chest of Fortune. Now, this round is all about vibes, no pressure. It won't change your qualification or who gets to the finals, but it might change your bank balance to the tune of 250,000 naira. All right, it's very simple. You get one shot, and one lucky winner who is ready might win that prize. Let's see how it works.
4 contestants start this bonus round, with one getting a chance to instantly win 250,000 naira. All 4 contestants will be presented with the same questions on their tabs. The first contestant to simultaneously answer 4 questions correctly wins the bonus round and gets a code to a safety box which contains a check worth 250,000 naira.
Let's play the Chest of Fortune. Good luck. This is free money. Let the games begin. They're locking in their answers. You can see the live score. We have 2 contestants with answers already. Arthur is on his 3rd step. Arthur is on 4. Congratulations to Arthur. All right, you've cracked the code. Now it's time to crack the chest. Please step forward. All right, go ahead, enter the code, unlock your fortune. Congratulations, Arthur. You have won 250,000 naira courtesy of Cowbell.
Now, wow. When it comes to prizes, Cowbell is just too generous. Okay, we are going on a short break, but the fun, the games, the excitement, all of it continues right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Welcome back, everyone, to the #1 TV quiz show in Nigeria. It's Cowbellpedia. At this point, you know it's not a brag, it is a fact. We're still in the semi-finals, and before the break, Arthur bagged an extra 250,000 naira in the Chest of Fortune bonus round. Let's give him another round of applause. Okay. Enough of the free money. Now it's time for us to start our competition, the real one. It's time for 60 Seconds of Fame.
60 Seconds of Fame is a battle where every contestant is on their own. 4 contestants step into the spotlight, each with just 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. At the end of this round, the one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, leaving 3 to continue their quest for victory.
Good luck. Let's play 60 Seconds of Fame. All right, good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line joining the points 3 minus 2. That is incorrect. Simplify 3a squared minus 2a plus 4a squared plus 5a minus 1. a7a squared plus 3a minus 1. b7a squared minus 3a minus 1. Correct. Next question. Which of the following data structures will be most efficient for implementing a dictionary in programming? That is incorrect. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? That is correct. The National Mathematical Center in Nigeria is located in A, Lagos, B, Abuja. That is incorrect. What is the plural form of child? A, child's, B. That is correct. Global knowledge ecosystem requires A, limiting information exchange, B, creating collaborative and open global knowledge platforms. Correct. Next question. If fx equals x minus 2 minus x plus 1, what is the domain? Incorrect. Which molecule stores genetic information in most organisms? That is correct. A man buys a rare parrot for... That is correct. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is most closely incorrect. The assistance between towns, that is incorrect. Laplace that is incorrect. 60 points. Next up is Arthur. Welcome, Arthur. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. If the sides of a triangle are in the ratio 3, 4, 5 and its perimeter is 72 cm, what is the length of the longest side? A, 24 cm, B, 30, C, 36. That is correct. Find the equation of the plane passing through the points. That is incorrect. Which of the following is the correct expression of Ohm's law? B. That is incorrect. In a certain town, there's a rule that a barber shaves all those and only those men who do not shave themselves. Does the barber shave himself? Correct. Sustainable global social capital development involves A, avoiding. That is correct. Which of these is the correct format for writing the date in a formal letter in British English? That is correct. Solve the system of equations 2x minus 3y equals 8. That is incorrect. Find the sum of all possible values of m such that that is correct. Who is Avogadro's number? That is incorrect. What belongs to you but others use much? That is correct. The importance of social innovation resilience is A, maintaining existing structures. That is correct. The distance between P and Q is, that is incorrect. The Laplace transform, 70. Next up is Ayonfe Olua. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. A conical tent has base radius 5 cm and height 12 meters. What is that? Is correct. Give me a verbal response. If A, B, C are non-zero real numbers, such that A plus B plus C equals 0, that is incorrect. If a radioactive element has a half-life of 10 days, what fraction of the original amount? That is incorrect. David walks for 30 minutes in the rain without an umbrella or a hood on his jacket. That is correct. Which ancient Nigerian kingdom is famous for its bronze casting? A, Oyo Empire. B, that is correct. Which sentence uses the correct form of punctuation? A, where... That is correct. Next question. Which encryption method uses a pair of keys, public and private? Asymmetric encryption. Incorrect. 6 glasses are in a row. The first 3 are filled with water and the last 3 are empty. By moving only one glass, that is correct. Which of the following is not a machine learning algorithm? A, decision trees. B, neural networks. Incorrect. There are 3 boxes. One contains only apples, one contains only oranges. That is correct. The Nigerian nuclear research reactor located at 60 points. Next up is Samuel. good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Find the value of log 381 minus log 39 plus log 33, A3, B4, C5, D6.
A.
That is correct. Next question. Solve for x where log 3, 2x plus 1 minus log 3x minus 2 is 2.
B.
That is incorrect. Which of the following is an input device? A, printer, B, monitor, C, speaker, D, keyboard. That is correct. If you have a cube, each edge is 10 cm, you paint the cube red, then cut it into 1001 cm cubes. How many of the small cubes have exactly 3 red sides? That is incorrect. Which of these is Nigeria's largest ethnic group? A, Igbo, B, Yoruba. That is correct. Next question. Identify the sentence that uses reporting language correctly. A, she asked, did I complete my assignment? B, he told me, am I? That is correct. A sequence, AN is defined by... That is incorrect. If the standard deviation of a set of data is 5, what is the standard deviation? That is incorrect. The study of earthquakes is known as a geology. That is correct. I have many keys but no locks. I have space but no room. You can enter but not go inside. 50 points. Thank you very much, Samuel. And that brings us to the end of 60 seconds of fame. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Right at the top with 70 points is Arthur. And then tied for 60 points, we have Alexis and Ayonfe Oluwa. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to Samuel with 50 points. Your hands together for Samuel.
What a performance we just witnessed. And though Samuel won't be advancing to the finals, you have already won our heart. You, Samuel, are a true star. And look who he has here with us, Mr. Peter from Well-Clean International School, his teacher. I can see the pride beaming in your eyes. Please, what do you have to tell Samuel concerning the competition today?
Well, I will only say one thing. You are a champion. You've won already. You are a winner. You won the people's hearts, you won my heart. So keep winning. Keep winning. That's all.
Samuel, like your teacher said, you're a champion. Keep winning our hearts, and I can't wait to see you next season, okay? And that right there is what matters the most. Now, let's rush back to the center stage where the competition continues to sizzle.
That's a good one. Well, the stage is set for our ultimate challenge, the round that will determine which 2 of you will advance to the final. And that is where the champion will be crowned. So don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it will be time for questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite TV game show, Cowbellpedia, proudly brought to you by the delicious Cowbell. Now, before the break, Samuel left the scene, and now this is it. We have 3 contestants left on the hot seat, and after this round, 2 of them will be making their way into the finals. This is the game changer, the final bus stop. It's called Questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank.
In this round, questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. 3 contestants play, carrying over their hard-earned point from the last round. The quizmaster will ask 12 questions, and the first contestant to hit the buzzer gets the chance to answer. A correct response earns 10 points, but a wrong answer costs 5 points from their total. At the end of this round, one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, while the top 2 will proceed to the finals. It's a game of precision and strategy. Only the sharpest will advance.
Let's play questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. For a chance to make it into the finals, these are your questions. Find the largest value of the function fx equals x raised to power 3 minus 12x in the interval minus 3, 3, A9, B12, C16, D36. Next question. A projectile is fired horizontally from a height. Which of the following statements is correct about its motion? A, its horizontal velocity remains constant. B, its vertical velocity remains constant. C, its acceleration is 0. D, its total velocity remains constant. Anyone? Still no one buzzing? You can see the final. Next question. What has a head? Alexis?
A.
Alexis says A. That is correct. Next question. The third mainland bridge. Ayonfe-Oluwa?
C.
C. That is correct. Choose the most appropriate language for a formal email to your principal. Ayonfe-Oluwa?
B.
Ayonfe-Oluwa says B. That is correct. A cylinder has base radius. Alexis?
B.
Says B. That is correct. Solve for x in the inequality. Arthur?
A.
That is correct. What is the main function of enzymes in living organisms? Arthur?
C.
Arthur says C. That is correct. A half towns. Arthur?
B.
That is correct. The Nigerian who develops an electricity. Ayonfe-Oluwa?
B.
That is incorrect. In network security, what does a VPN primarily provide? Ayonfe-Oluwa?
C.
That is incorrect. You are in a dark room. Alexis?
D.
That is correct. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you play a game with tension. I could feel the heartbeat in the studio here, knowing that everything was on the line with that one. Well, that's it for questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. Let's take a look at the scores. With 100 points, winning this round is Arthur. And that means he's made his way straight into the finals. Joining him in the finals in second place with 90 points is Alexis. Congratulations to the both of you. You've made it through to the finals. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to the superstar Ayonfe-Oluwa. You did your best. You took a lot of risks. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Your hands together for her. Very well done, very well done, very well done.
Ayonfe, I love when I call your name, the way you just smile. You did beautifully well, okay? And you are a superstar. And look who you came with, Mr. Dara, your teacher from the Ambassadors College. Mr. Dara, thank you for being here. And please, what words of encouragement do you have for Ayonfe?
Okay, Ayonfe, you have fought so hard to be here, to get to where you are right now. And I want you to keep fighting till you get to your desired destination.
And are you going to be doing that?
Yes.
Good. That's the spirit. That's right. We have to send them off with the right words. Okay. Stay where you are, viewers. When we return, the senior secondary contestants will be rocking the stage. This is the Cowbellpedia 2025 Semi-Finals.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell. With Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Cowbellpedia 2025, the Mega Minds. Now, before the break, we had junior contestants making it to the final. Arthur and Alexis are now finalists, but next up, it's the first set of semi-finalists in the senior category.
When I found out that I made it to the semi-finals, I was extremely overwhelmed. Like, seriously, words couldn't describe how I felt. I was very joyous, I was very happy.
In the previous rounds, I found out I was not fast enough. So in the semi-finals, I hope to be fast.
Well, in the other round, I wasn't accurate at all, and in the next stage, I promise or believe to be more accurate.
In semi-finals, I'll do my best.
There really isn't a different strategy. It's all about precision and accuracy. I hope to be more accurate in these semi-finals though.
Make some noise for them. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet you once again.
My name is Leona Waisoba from App Scholars Universal College, Ota.
Hello everyone, my name is Ofebu Jessica from Great Science National School.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabriel Peace Elizabeth from Bibolo Academy.
Hi everyone, I'm Audrey Prince from App Scholars Universal College.
Welcome back. All right, it's the semi-finals. At the end of this, 2 of you will be in the finals and 2 of you will be going home. But just to relax your tension a bit, I have a bit of a bonus round for all of you. It's called the Chest of Fortune. Now, note that this does not affect your chances to get into the finals. It's just a bonus round. And the winner of this round will get 250,000 Naira cash.
Contestants start this bonus round with one getting a chance to instantly win 250,000 Naira. All 4 contestants will be presented with the same questions on their tabs. The first contestant to simultaneously answer 4 questions correctly wins the bonus round and gets a code to a safety box which contains a check worth 250,000 Naira.
All right, let's play the Chest of Fortune. Good luck. This is free money. Let the games begin. All right, nobody's... Elizabeth's on the scoreboard. So is Leon. Leon is off. Elizabeth at 2. Prince is on the board. Elizabeth at 3. Jessica is on. Elizabeth's lost out. Leon is on the board. So is Prince. So is Jessica. Leon at 2. Take your time. Elizabeth is back on. Leon is off. And so is Elizabeth. Leon is on. Jessica's on. Elizabeth's on. Everyone's on. Leon at 2. Leon is at 3, 1 more. Everyone else at 1. Elizabeth's fallen off again, so is Jessica. Prince is at 2, and Leon's done it! Congratulations, Leon. You are the winner, and you get to open the chest of fortune. Make some noise for Leon. Come forward and unlock your chests. Your hands together for him. Congratulations. Congratulations. Just extra bonus cash for you.
What a fantastic win. See enjoyment, too. I wish I could play, well, not against those geniuses, of course. I value my dignity. But maybe, just maybe I could take on the quiz master. Well, we'll see about that. Alrighty, Cowbellpedia fam. We are going on a short break, but when we come back, the main game begins. Don't go anywhere.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Welcome back to the #1 TV quiz show in Nigeria. It's Cowbellpedia. We're still in the semi-finals. Now, before the break, Leon walked away with 250,000 naira in the chest of fortune bonus round. But now the real test begins. We're kicking things off with 60 seconds of fame.
60 Seconds of Fame is a battle where every contestant is on their own. 4 contestants step into the spotlight, each with just 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. At the end of this round, the one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, leaving 3 to continue their quest for victory.
Let's play 60 Seconds of Fame. All right, first on the podium is Leon. After that chest of fortune win, I'm sure you're feeling confident. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. If P equals 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and Q equals 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That is correct. Find the domain of the function fx equals the square root of x squared minus 9. That is incorrect. The Hardy-Weinberg principle is used to predict evolution rates. That is correct. What occurs once in every minute, twice in every moment, but for 1,000 years? That is correct. The first female Chief Justice of Nigeria was A. Folake Solanke, B. Aloma Mariam Mukhtar. That is incorrect. Which of the following is not a type of pronoun? A. Personal, B. Possessive, C. Adjectival. That is correct. The Nigerian National Library was established in A. 1960. That is correct. In a group of 30 students, 18 play football. That is correct. What is the difference between procedural and declarative programming? Incorrect. 6 glasses are in a row. The first 3 are full of water. That is correct. The Nigerian scientists developed a drug delivery. That is correct. A red house is made of red bricks. That is incorrect. The Nigerian doctor who pioneered 80 points. 80 points, very well done. Up next is Jessica. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Express 0.0035 in standard form.
A.
That is correct. The product of the roots of the equation 3x squared minus 5x, that is incorrect. What is the race condition?
B.
That is correct. A murderer is condemned to death. He has to choose between 3 rooms. That is incorrect. Which Nigerian scientist won the World Food Prize? A. Akinwum. That is incorrect. Identify the figure of speech in this sentence. The wind whispered through the trees. That is correct. Factorize x squared minus 9 completely. That is correct. Solve the inequality fx minus 3 is greater or equals to 12. That is correct. What is the significance of the Doppler effect? That is correct. What can be broken but never held? A promise. That is correct. The highest mountain in West Africa is? That is incorrect. I have branches but no fruits, trunk or leaves. What am I? Family tree. That is incorrect. The Nigerian doctor who pioneered the use of robotic surgery. That is incorrect. Choose the correctly spelled word. That is incorrect. 70 points. Next up is Elizabeth. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. Express 3/8 as a percentage, a 37.50. That is incorrect. Convert 42 degrees to radians. Leave your answer. That is incorrect. The Calvin cycle in photosynthesis is responsible for a light absorption. That is incorrect. There are 3 houses. One is red, one is blue. That is incorrect. The law that states for every action there's an equal and opposite. That is incorrect. Which of the following will be considered metafication? That is correct. In machine learning, what is overfitting? That is incorrect. You are escaping
B.
That is incorrect. What is the principle behind a relational database? That is correct. What 8-letter word can have a letter taken away? That is incorrect. The first female aircraft engineer in West Africa is? That is incorrect. You have branches but no fruits, trunk or leaves. That is incorrect. The Nigerian doctor who pioneered the use of robotic surgery in Africa. That is incorrect. Choose the correctly spelled word. Guys, 20 points. Next up is Prince. Good luck. Let's have 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. A clock shows 3:15. That is correct. Evaluate the following determinant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct. What is the SI unit of force?
B.
That is correct. A girl who was just learning to drive went down a one-way street in the wrong direction. That is incorrect. What is the name of Nigeria's space agency? That is correct. Which of the following is an example of a restrictive clause? That is incorrect. Find the value of x for which the function fx equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 9 has a minimum value. That is incorrect. A centroid of a triangle has coordinates 2, 3. That is correct. Which organelle is responsible for protein synthesis in a cell? That is correct. Sarah's mother has 3 children, June, July, and that is correct. The first Nigerian university to offer a degree in aerospace engineering is A. That is correct. A curve has equation y equals 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 1. Find the gradient of the curve. That is incorrect. The size of a triangle of 5 cm, 12 cm, and 13 cm. Find its area. That is correct. Which of the following is an example of a fossil fuel? That is incorrect. Very well done. 90 points. Congratulations, Prince. Very well done. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard. First position is Prince with 90 points. Next in is Leon with 80 points. And then we have Jessica with 70 points. A round of applause for them. Sadly, this is the end of Elizabeth's journey in the semi-finals. Your hands together for Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, that was a tough one, but you fought really hard and you're a champion, okay? And here with her, she has her teacher, Mr. Paul from Bibo Lua Academy. Mr. Paul, please, what do you have to tell Elizabeth, like words of encouragement, and how do you think she did in this competition?
Elizabeth, you are a champion. At least you are 6 that came here, right? That was qualified. So, and you being here, that means till the semi-finals. That means you are a champion. And I believe you, I have hope in you that you are going higher.
you're going, really, she would go higher.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Paul, for those words of encouragement, and thank you for talking with us. Elizabeth, I hope to see you in the future doing big things, okay? Thank you so much. Wise words right there. Okay. We still have one more round till we decide who goes to the finals. Buckle up, we'll be right back after the break.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of Cowbell with Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
In a world filled with many wrecked robots, it's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go! We'll start with the foundation. They bear the biggest load.
Wow, numbers are powerful.
We use them to measure and build.
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
Welcome back, Nigeria, to the decisive moment on Cowbellpedia. What a journey it's been so far. Our 60 Seconds of Fame round has narrowed our field to just 3 geniuses. Each one has proven that they have the intellectual firepower to be here at this point. But now only 2 spots will be going into the finale, which means one more journey ends after this round. It all comes down to this crucial round, and it's called Questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank.
In this round, questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. 3 contestants play, carrying over their hard-earned point from the last round. The quizmaster will ask 12 questions, and the first contestant to hit the buzzer gets the chance to answer. A correct response earns 10 points, but a wrong answer costs 5 points from their total. At the end of this round, one contestant with the lowest point will be eliminated, while the top 2 will proceed to the finals. It's a game of precision and strategy. Only the sharpest will advance.
All right, geniuses, let's play Questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank. Here are your questions. Find all values of x that satisfy the equation log 3 2x plus 1 equals log 3x plus 8 minus log 3 2. A2, B5, C minus 2, D minus 5. The final is very close. Nobody? Okay, let's go to the next one. The radius of the base of a right circular cylinder is doubled and its height is halved. The ratio of the new volume to the original volume is what? A4 to 1, B2 to 1, C1 to 1, D1 to 2. Anybody? No one? Okay, let's move on to the next one. What causes the northern lights? That's the aurora borealis. Jessica?
B.
B. That is correct. A doctor. Jessica?
A.
That is incorrect. The Niger River empties into where? A. Lake Chad. Prince?
B.
B. That is correct. In which sentence is the apostrophe used correctly, Jessica?
C.
That is incorrect. A ladder 5 meters long. Prince?
A.
Prince says A. That is correct. Find the value of x that satisfies the equation 2 raised to the power x plus 2. Jessica?
C.
That is incorrect. What is the primary purpose? Prince?
B.
That is correct. What can you... Jessica?
A.
That is incorrect. In a geometric sequence, Jessica?
D.
That is incorrect. Next question. What is the significance, Leon?
A.
That is correct. And there we have it. That brings to the end questions from the Cowbellpedia Bank and our final round of semi-finals. And we have our two finalists. At the top with 120 points, give it up for Prince. Congratulations. And in second place with 90 points, making his way straight into the finals with his 250K, is Leon. Congratulations to the both of you. You are through to the finals. Very well done. But sadly, Jessica tried, she fought, she made her way to the semi-finals, but unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to her. Please give her a big round of applause.
Jessica, I want you to know that you gave it everything. We saw it, everyone saw it, and you did your best, okay? Today wasn't your day to move forward, but making it to the semi-final isn't a small feat, all right? And you are a champion. In fact, I need you to say something with me, to boost your confidence. So repeat after me. My journey doesn't end here.
My journey doesn't end here.
My brilliance extends beyond any competition.
My brilliance extends beyond any competition.
I am Nigeria's brightest mind, no matter what.
I am Nigeria's brightest mind, no matter what.
What a day of brilliance it has been. I can't get over it quickly. I can't. All right, let's check in with the quiz master one last time. Ebuka, what a show, right?
Now, what a fantastic show. What a show. Brains were flexed, minds were blown, and now we have our final four. These contestants came, they saw, and they absolutely conquered. From junior to senior secondary, they battled it out like true champions, and now they are headed to the grand finale. Once again, a big congratulations to all of them. Now, to those of you sitting at home and watching, thinking, I could totally do this. Now, this is your chance. You can jump into the action by heading over to the Cowbellpedia website and answer this week's home play question, and you could be snagging some epic prizes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today brains were at maximum capacity and the competition was fire and the rewards, they were huge. Big shout out to Cowbell and Promacedo Nigeria for keeping the genius energy flowing every single week. And now for the finals, trust me, it's going to be next level. It's going to be tougher, faster, and made of many geniuses. Will your favorite take the crown? Well, there's only one way to find out. My name is Ebuka Obiuchendu. I will see you at the finals.